Hey there, tech enthusiasts! Welcome to Code3. In this video, we're going to create a form in React. So here is our app.tsx, or this is our main component where we will be rendering all our components. So let's create a form component, form.tsx, and let's create it. Of course, here we have an equal sign, and then we're going to return a form, and of course we have to export it. And now we can use this inside our main component, and then we can render it. Okay, so here we're going to create our form, and I'm going to teach you a cool technique here. Whenever you want to write a markup in HTML and you don't want to type everything out, you can use dot, plus, or equal, or less than sign to create it. So I'm going to explain what I mean. So we need a div element, and the attribute or the class name is going to be mb-3. So this is basically coming from our Bootstrap, because before this video I installed Bootstrap. So it means that the margin bottom is going to be 3. And inside this we're going to have a label with class name form label, and next to it we're going to have an input with class name form control. And yep, we have it here. So I didn't have to type out everything. So now it's more obvious. So the label name is going to be, so let's create a form. A simple form is name. And so this input is going to take the name. So let's create an ID for it, so that we know this label is going to reference, or is going to point to this input. So this is name, and ID is going to be name. So let's create another one. So we can basically copy and paste, and let's call this age. And the type is, of course, going to be number. So let's check out our form, name and age. Now let's create a button. So with the text submit. And this button has a class name of button and button primary. And again, this comes from our Bootstrap. Primary means blue. And let's now do something with this form. So let's print it to the console. So one thing we can do is we can create our callback function directly inside this, like this. Console.log, for example, submitted. Or we can create the callback function outside this. So let's create it here. Const handle submit. And we're going to console.log submit it. So here's my form. I'm going to type Ali, or whatever name. Let's say John. And the age is, let's say, 30. Oh, what happened? It disappeared. So basically in a form, the submit button always re-renders or renders the component, and it disappears because it sends it to the server and it restarts. So we want to avoid this. So how we can do is we can pass an event prop here, and then this event prop has a method called prevent prevent default, and it should do it. But here it says that the parameter event is implicitly has any type. So basically what it says that event is not recognized by our TypeScript compiler. So the way we can fix this is we can specify the type of event. So the type of event is form event. And now, okay, so it says form event. So we have to import form event. Import form event from React. Now it should work. Prevent default. So now let's check it out. Let's say this time we say Sarah and the age is 25. Yes, this time this is not going to disappear. Now let's say that we don't want to print submitted. Instead, we want to print the value to the console. So if I type, for example, John, it should print John to the console. So the way we can do this is we can use a hook called useRef. useRef, basically, we can use it to reference to a DOM element. So let's create a reference. So we can say const name is equal to useRef. And initially, we're going to pass the value null to it because in the beginning, this doesn't have, or it cannot reference to any DOM because DOM is created when React renders component. So now let's create another one. Const age is equal to useRef and null. So now we have to associate them with the input fields. So for this one, let's set the ref to name. And for the label, let's set the ref to age. For the age, we associated with age. And now we can print it. So console.log name.current. So name.current basically references the node in the DOM element or the node in the DOM, and then we can use value. So we get a TypeScript error. It says that name.current is possibly null, so it can be null. So in that case, we can add a check. So if name ref.current is not equal to null, in that case we use this one. Oh, I just made a mistake. We created name. So it says property value does not exist on type never. So the reason is that whenever we use reference, we have to specify the type of node that we are referencing. And this is something that we have to do in React because there are many elements that we can reference, or there are many nodes like h1, like button, list, and whatever. But in this case, it is a form element. So we have to specify using angle bracket, HTML input element. Now the problem is gone. So we do it the same way with this one. Oh my God, I should fix this. Okay, so now it is gone. So now let's check it out. Let's say the name is David and the age is 25 and the name David is brought into the console. And now do the same thing with age. So let's first say if age.current, or if the node element is not null, in that case we're going to print it to the console. Age.current.value. So now let's check it out. Let's this time say the name is Angela and the age is 19. And yes, we printed out. a lot of times we don't want to print anything to the console. Instead, we want to create an object and send it back to the server. So let's create an object, const person, and now we can attach it to the person. So at that time, person dot name is equal to name dot current dot value. So here we say that name does not exist, so we should pass it here first. So we have name empty, and age is gonna be, initially we can set it to 0. And we can do the same thing with age. Person.age is equal to age.current.value. So here we got another error. It says that type string is not assigned to a number. So here it is a number, but input fields are strings, so we can change it to a number. We can use parse int, and now it should be changed to number. So I guess we have a spelling error. So it is not capital P, it is lower p, parse int. Okay, now we can print the object to the console. So let's check it out. Angela 19, yes. So now we can pass this object back to our server. I believe another way we can convert a string to a number is by using a plus sign. So let me see if it works. So we add a plus sign before it, and now it's converted to a number. And yes, that works. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great day.